I'm having more fun during this time of my life than I've ever had before. I've legitimately never been happier.
Found out what Taylor Swift thinks of your mustache.
Yeah, we're not going to bring up Taylor Swift.
Feel to officially be the guy on the Chiefs.
You mean Karma?
Karma, that's right.
Yeah, no, I had no clue that, well, I might have had a little bit of a clue, but definitely when I heard it come out of her mouth, still shocked me. And
yeah, you could tell in the video.
I was like,
it was pretty...
Oh,
The internet practically exploded when Taylor Swift was spotted cheering on Travis Kelce at a Kansas City Chiefs game, but behind the viral photos and frenzy lies a love story that almost wasn't. In a recent interview, Taylor opened up about the very first time she called Travis, admitting it was far from a fairy tale beginning. Turns out the pop icon can be a little intimidating even over the phone. Travis, for his part, found himself navigating a playbook unlike any he'd seen on the field, working hard to break through Taylor's carefully constructed walls and win her over. Now, a lot of you might be under the impression that these two had it easy right from the beginning, but that was definitely not the case. In this case, Travis had to make a lot of effort to get Taylor's attention, and it had gotten so difficult that it was downright embarrassing for both of them. But before we get into it, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe so you never miss out on any new videos. It's free and helps us tremendously bring out new content for your enjoyment. So like I said, initially, there was a lot of embarrassment in store for Travis because Taylor wasn't all that interested in what he had to offer. No, really, it all started with bracelets. And it was kind of cute when we found out after they started dating, but we're sure it must not have been easy to face rejection from Taylor when you are such a big deal yourself as an NFL player. So here's the scoop on how it all started between Swift and Kelce. It was July 2023, and it was at Arrowhead Stadium where Travis Kelce, the NFL football star who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, made his move. But that day, he wasn't there to play football. Instead, he was attending Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert. Can you imagine the football champ sitting in his private box, soaking up the atmosphere and enjoying the show? And you know what else he did? He was trading friendship bracelets with fans inside the venue. How cool is that? I mean, who wouldn't want a friendship bracelet from Travis Kelce himself? Now here's where it gets interesting. Kelce had made a special friendship bracelet for Swift, and not just any bracelet, mind you. This one had his phone number on it. Pretty bold move, right? But sadly, he didn't get a chance to give it to her. After the show on his podcast, Kelce shared his disappointment about not being able to connect with Swift. He said, "I was disappointed that she doesn't talk before or after her shows because she has to save her voice for the 44 songs she sings." Can you believe it? 44 songs. That's a lot of singing, and it totally makes sense why she would need to rest her voice. But poor Kelce was left feeling a bit let down. He added, "So I was a little but hurt that I didn't get to hand her one of the bracelets I made for her." But even though things didn't pan out the way Kelce had hoped initially, he didn't give up. In November 2023, he shared some interesting details about his attempts to catch Swift's attention. You see, after his failed attempt to pass on his number via a friendship bracelet, he decided to get a little help from people who were close to Swift. Kelce spilled the beans during an interview with Wall Street Journal magazine. He said, "There were definitely people she knew that knew who I was in her corner, who said, 'Yo, did you know he was coming?' I had somebody playing Cupid." Can you imagine that? Someone was actually playing matchmaker for them. And guess what? It worked. Kelce found out from Swift herself when she reached out to him directly. Now that's a turn of events, isn't it? But wait, there's more. Kelce revealed that a few members of the Swift family even pitched in to help him get her attention. He said, "She'll probably hate me for saying this, but when she came to Arrowhead, they gave her the big locker room as a dressing room, and her little cousins were taking pictures in front of my locker." Imagine that, Swift's little cousins snapping pictures in front of Kelce's locker. It seems like everyone was rooting for them to connect. But alas, we'll never know what could have been if only that friendship bracelet had made its way to Swift. But hey, at least we got this entertaining story out of it, right? And then guess what happened next? Swift actually went to one of Kelce's games. Picture this. It's the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Chicago Bears. And there she was in one of the suite boxes right next to Kelce's mom, Donna. Can you believe it? At one point during the game, the camera even paid hand over to show her, and she wasn't just sitting there passively. No, she was decked out in Chiefs colors and cheering enthusiastically. She was really getting into the spirit of the game. But that's not all. When Kelce scored a touchdown, Swift couldn't contain her excitement. She celebrated with a passionate "let's go" while clapping and jumping around excitedly with others in the box. Now that's what I call being a supportive friend. Around that time, a source spilled some beans to People magazine. They revealed that Kelce and Swift had been hanging out and were still in the super early days of getting to know each other. The source added they're having fun. And here's the cherry on top, that game was Taylor's first time meeting Kelce's parents. According to the same source, everyone was having a great time. And the story doesn't end there. Just a few days after the game, Kelce opened up about Swift on his podcast. He thanked her for pulling up to his game and admitted that he sure as hell enjoyed this weekend. Kelce couldn't help but gush about how everyone in the suite had nothing but praise for Swift. He said, "I just thought it was awesome how everybody in the suite had nothing but great things to say about her, the friends and family. She looked amazing, and everybody was talking about her in great light. It sounds like Swift made quite an impression, doesn't it?" But here's where Kelce showed some real class, even though he was clearly excited about Swift's presence at his game and the budding relationship between them. He made it clear that he intended to respect both their lives when discussing their relationship publicly. And then on October 1st, 2023, Swift made another appearance at a Chiefs game, but this time she wasn't alone. She brought along her A-list friends to see her new man in action during the Chiefs game against the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. Can you picture it? There was Swift sitting in a box with some of Hollywood's biggest names. Swift was back at Arrowhead Stadium for yet another Chiefs game, and guess what? The Chiefs won again, with Kelce scoring a touchdown in the victory. Talk about a winning streak. This was Swift's fourth Chiefs game, and interestingly, or maybe Swift is their lucky charm. Okay, technically the Chiefs have been on a winning streak since week 2 of the NFL season before Swift fully entered the picture, but who's counting? Right on the day of the game, Swift was seen heading into Arrowhead wearing a red Chiefs sweatshirt. Fans were screaming her name, and she responded by waving and smiling at them. Isn't that sweet? During the game, Swift was spotted having a blast. She was laughing and dancing with Brittany Lynn, wife of Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Even Brittany and Patrick's baby, Patrick Braun's Le'Veon Mahomes, 3, was part of the fun. Fast forward a bit, and we find Swift resuming her Iris tour in Buenos Aires, Argentina on Thursday, November 9th. After taking a nearly 3-month-long break, she was booked to perform 3 shows at the Estadio River Plate, and guess who joined her ahead of the second show on Friday? Yep, you guessed it, Kelce. However, Mother Nature had other plans. The concert had to be Swift's schedule for the night. Meanwhile, during a recent episode of the New Heights podcast, which Kelce co-host posts with his brother Jason, he dropped some hints about potential vacation plans. He said, "I might just say it and go somewhere nice. My skin's getting real pale, so I've got to go someplace sunny, someplace south, closer to the equator." Now, isn't that interesting? At this point, they were still trying to play it cool in front of the media, but those of us following their story closely could sense that something serious was brewing between them. And then, to express her appreciation for Kelce making the long trip south, Swift did something really sweet during her show on Saturday, November 11th. She tweaked the lyrics to her song Karma, singing, "Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me now." Isn't that adorable? But wait, there's more. Immediately after the show, fans caught a special moment on camera. Footage showed Swift running straight into Kelce's arms and kissing him backstage. Talk about a fairy tale moment. Later on November 20th, 2023, Kelce sat down for an interview with Wall Street Journal magazine and spilled some more details about the start of his romance with Swift. Kelce told the outlet, "There were definitely people she knew that knew who I was in her corner, who said, 'Yo, did you know he was coming?'" He added, "I had somebody playing Cupid. Swift told me exactly what was going on and how I got lucky enough to get her to reach out." He also shared a fun tidbit about when Swift performed at the Eyes tour at the Chiefs Arrowhead Stadium. Apparently, she got the team's locker room, and her little cousins were taking pictures in front of my locker. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Several months later, Kelce's teammate Patrick Mahomes made an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, and guess what he claimed? He wanted to take some of the credit for connecting the couple. Mahomes said, "I was the one who invited Travis to the first Taylor concert when the friendship bracelet idea came up. He was sitting in my suite, so I feel like I was the matchmaker then." As Swift was named 2023 Person of the Year by Time, she opened up about her first encounter with Kelce and how it all started with a friendship bracelet. Swift told the magazine, "This all started when Travis, very adorable, put me on blast on his podcast, which I thought was metal as hell." She added, "We started hanging out right after that, so we actually had a significant amount of time that no one knew, which I'm grateful for because we got to get to know each other." She revealed that by the time she attended her first Chiefs game, they were already an item. Swift said, "We would never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date." She also mentioned that she saw attending his football games as a way of showing up for each other, even if people were watching closely. The opposite of that is you have to go to an extreme amount of effort to make sure no one knows that "You're seeing someone," she said, and "We're just proud of each other." As the Super Bowl approached in early February, Swift became a regular fixture in the stands. She was there for a Christmas Day match and later at multiple playoff matches as 2024 kicked off. Kelce even commented on Swift's unwavering support ahead of the Super Bowl. He said she's all and she's part of Chiefs Kingdom 100%. They even end SNL together. Saturday Night Live made a grand return with host Pete Davidson, and guess what? They had an endless well of Taylor Swift related content to draw from. In one skit, Davidson played a sideline reporter who seemed more interested in whether Swift was in the stands of a Philadelphia Eagles and New York Jets game than anything happening on the field. Davidson, decked out in a pink cowboy hat and AIS tour merch, said there was a rumor online she was coming to cheer on Travis Kelce's brother Jason, who plays for the Eagles. But so far no sign of Blondie. "I'm starting to wonder why I'm even here." Swift wasn't spotted at that moment, but Kelce did make a surprise appearance at the end of the skit when Kenan Thompson pleaded to shift the discussion back to football. Kelce exclaimed, "Yes, please." Then came Kelce's big game. Swift, ever the supportive partner, flew straight from Japan to Sin City after wrapping up her last show in Tokyo. As part of her AIS tour, she jetted off to Las Vegas to watch Kelce play, and she wasn't alone. She arrived with friends Blake Lively, Ice Spice, and Ashley Annan. And guess what? Kelce's Chief beat the San Francisco 49ers 25-22 after the game. Photos and videos captured a sweet moment between Swift and Kelce. They were seen embracing and kissing in front of the cameras. It was a massive celebration for Kelce and his crew. In February 23rd, 2024, Swift kicked off her Eyes tour dates in Australia just a few weeks after Kelce's Super Bowl win. And guess who was right there with her? Yep, Kelce was along for the ride. Before one of her shows in Sydney, the couple had a little adventure. They got to feed kangaroos and explore the Sydney Zoo. How fun is that? Then during Swift's show, Kelce was spotted in the crowd. He was wearing friendship bracelets and even took a selfie with Rita Ora, who was also at the concert. But the sweetest moment came after the show. Fans captured the couple sharing a smooch, and since then Kelce has been seen in the crowd at numerous Era Tour shows. And then it was all out in the open on April 14th, 2024. Swift and Kelce were spotted at Coachella, one of the biggest music festivals. They were among the stars seen dancing along to Ice Spice, Dom Dawala, and Bleachers. The couple was spotted watching Swift's collaborator Jack Antonoff perform from the designated artist guest area of the Mojave stage. Swift was seen sporting a New Heights cap, giving a nod to Kelce's podcast with his brother Jason. On the other hand, Kelce was wearing a Happy Gilmore hat. Swift dropped the Tortured Poets department, and fans quickly started speculating about the contents of her lyrics. Swifties believed that some of the storytelling on So High School and So Alchemy was about her relationship with Kelce. In So High School, she sang, "I feel so high school. Every time I look at you, I want to find you in a crowd just to hide from you," adding how their romance started in the blink of a crinkling eye. In another part of the track, Swift sings, "Get my car door, isn't that sweet? Then pull me to the back seat. No one's ever had me not like you." Fans quickly connected these lyrics to videos that had circulated of Kelce opening the car door for Swift and driving her around Kansas City. It seems like even the smallest gestures between them haven't gone unnoticed by their fans. Later, while speaking exclusively with Rolling Stone, Kelce jammed the Chiefs tight and revealed his favorite album released in the past year. He said, "I'm a little biased, but the Tortured Poets department might be a things took a magical and royal turn for Swift and Kelce during the London shows of the Eyes tour." During one of the first nights, Swift managed to snap a selfie with none other than Prince William, Prince George, and Princess Charlotte. And guess who was also in the picture? Yep, Kelce. This marked their first post together on Instagram. Swift captioned the photo, "Happy birthday. 8 London shows are off to a splendid start. BU The magic didn't stop there. At her next show, during the intro to I Can Do It with a Broken Heart, Kelce made a surprise appearance as one of her dancers. He even carried her to the couch during a vaudeville-styled segment of her show. Before she sang the next track, Swift was spotted blowing a kiss to Kelce as he left the stage. "I'm still cracking up, swooning over at Killer Trav's Eyes tour debut," wrote Swift on Instagram after the show. "Never going to forget these shows." Later, he even became a part of one of her shows. "I was just like, what I would love to do that. Are you kidding me?" He said, "I've seen the show enough, might as well put me to work here." So there you have it, from concerts to football games, friendship bracelets to family introductions, multiple games with friends and family, international tours, potential vacations together, romantic moments, backstage revelations about the start of their love story, insights into their private moments, a Super Bowl victory, supporting Swift on her tour. In Australia, dancing at Coachella, possible references to their romance in her songs, and now Kelce's public appreciation for Swift's music. The relationship timeline of Swift and Kelce continues to be a captivating journey, and we're all here for it. So, what do you think? Will these two tie the knot soon and settle down? Comment down below, and let us know if you liked this video. Click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.